Hello everyone, welcome you back for the session on the electro-pneumatic control system. See here there are two things is one is nothing but the electrical part or the second one is nothing but a pneumatic part. See the electrical controllers and also pneumatic controllers. See here this as in the previous classes we had discussed the so many things with respect to the pneumatic control systems also. Nowadays, as the technology starts advancing it, either it may be with respect to the electrical field or it may be in the field of the fluid power systems. The evolving circuits or the circuit mechanism is somewhat a simpler one, which is called as the electro-pneumatic control systems. The basic principle of these systems are nothing but the signal input and as well as the output. The pilot assisted solenoid control of the directional control valve uses a relay and as well as the contactors. Now the control circuitry for a what we can say the simple signal cylinder applications. The valves are the intermediate devices between the fluid power sources and as well as the actuators are the control elements. The valves can also be operated by means of a various means of such as by means of a manual or by means of electrical or by means of the mechanical methods. The most of the convenient means of the control systems which has been used is nothing but by means of an electrical controllers. Now the electro-pneumatic systems is commonly used in the case of the many areas of the industrial application. That especially once this what we can say the automation starts into in growth, these type of what we can say the electro-pneumatical application also started in growing large number. That too especially with respect to either it may be a pharmaceutical industry or it may be chemical industries or it may be in the case of the packaging industries. Now the electro-pneumatic control systems consist of the electrical controlling systems operating the what we can say the pneumatic power systems. See, as I said in the beginning of this chapter, it consists of the two things. One is nothing but the electrical controller and also the what we can say the pneumatic system. These two controlling mechanism is called as what we can say as electro-pneumatic control systems or electro-pneumatic controller circuits. Now, if you take an example of a solenoid valve, solenoids are also used to interface between the electrical and also pneumatic systems. The best example especially in the case of the spool valves. Now even in the case of the cascading mechanisms we are discussed with respect to the limiting switches. These limiting switches will also comes under the category of the electro control systems. Now it's not only the limiting switches, even the proximity sensors are also used and also some feedback elements. See these once if you start using either it may be a proximity switches or it may be limiting switches or it may be the feedback systems or some other elements. By using this what we can do is we can write or we can derive or we can logically programmable controlled logical systems or the programmable logic controllers can be conveniently used to obtain the output very easily in a what we can say a sequential fashion or it may be in a sequential operation or with a time delay or in a logic manner. This is a small explanation with respect to what we can say the electro-pneumatic control system. Now here in this case, what is the need of using the electro-pneumatic control system? The main intention behind these things is the three things. One is nothing but a signal input device. The second one is nothing but a signal processing. The another one is a signal output. See, as we know that signal input and output it can be done, but in between the signal processing how much the time delay it should be, that entire thing it can be controlled very easily by using the electrical systems or by using the what we can say the gating systems or the AND function or by means of the OR function. If you start using the AND function and as well as the OR function, and then if you start designing the circuits, the complicacy is also start increasing it, and also the weight of the circuit will weight, and also the cost also starts increasing it. For that reason, if we start using a devices, either it may be a electrical devices, the cost parameter is also coming down. Now if you take an example of the signal input device, in this the switches and as well as the contactors plays a major role. By using this, very easily you can control the entire mechanism. In the processing operation, or the contractors or the relays, or it may be the PLCs, it can be used. If you take an example of the output, there the solenoids or it may be the indicators are also used very easily. By using the electronic circuit in a pneumatic circuit, the complicacy of the circuits, it can be avoided. Now in the next slide, we are discussing about the basic elements of the electrical devices. See, there are 7 basic elements. These basic elements are nothing but the push buttons are in the limit switches, pressure switches, solenoids, relays, timers, and as well as the temperature switches. Along with these 3, the other 2 comes under the category of the electro-pneumatics, which are called as the proximity sensors and also the electric counters. See, these are all the what we can say, the devices which are used in the case of the pneumatic circuits to reduce the complicacy of the circuit. The first we have to know what is a solenoid. See, this is solenoid and also solenoid operated DCV valve. We have already discussed in detail in the previous session, but now we will have a glance with respect to the what we can say, how the solenoid will work and what are the major parts with respect to the solenoid. Okay, now a solenoid is a device which comprises of the coil of the wire and the housing and a movable coil, which is something like a plunger, which is also called as the armature. When the electric current is introduced, electric field is generated in the coil. Because of the electric field or because of the electric current, the magnetic field is formed around the coil, which draws the plunger in. And more in a simple fashion, or it may be in a simpler way, the solenoid converts electrical energy into a mechanical energy. The coil is made up of the many turns, and it is tightly wound with a copper wire. When the electrical current flows through these wires, a strong magnetic field or the flux is created that will move what we can say the spool, or it may be a plunger. See, this is the schematic diagram, shows what we can say the solenoid how it is working. The housing usually, which is made up of a iron, or it may be a steel, or in a simpler way, if you want to say, a ferromagnetic material surrounded with a copper coil, which is creating a magnetic field. This magnetic field will move the plunger in and out. The schematic diagram is as shown in this way. The next part what we are discussing is with respect to what we can say the relays. Now the relays is a electromagnetically actuated switch. It is a simple electrical device used for the signal processing. The relays are the device which stand a heavy power sludge, or it may be harsh environment conditions. When the voltage is applied to the solenoid coil, an electromagnetic field is resulted. This causes an armature to be attracted to the coil core. The armature actuates the relay contacts either to closing, or it may be the opening them depending upon the design. Now even here also, the return motion is done by using the spring and as well as the armature to its initial position when the current to the coil is interrupted. The cross-sectional view, or it may be what we can say the schematic representation of the relay, is also shown here. Now the relay also possesses a interlocking capability that is an important safety features in control circuits especially. The interlocking avoids the simultaneous switching of the certain coils. Now the next part is with respect to the solenoid operated DC control valve. See, this solenoid operated DC control valve, it can be implemented either for the two-way valve, or it may be three-way valve, or it may be four-way valve, or it may be five-way valve. Now, as you know that the hydraulic valves are used to start, stop, or it may be change in the direction of the fluid flow, or that depends upon the number